The company is now completing the finish line while Columbia County School District officials pursue possible legal action against a contractor accused of taking their money and then not doing the work.
TV20's Lale Solati tells us why school board members are calling the company a fraud.
All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Columbia County School Board members voted unanimously to pursue a lawsuit and seek criminal charges against Pro Sports Consulting Group, LLC, the company that failed to complete a track for Columbia High School. According to school board members, the company and owner Gary Wilson were paid $192,000 to renovate the track and did not complete the project.
He took money out of the taxpayers in Columbia County, and I think we need to, I know we're not voting on that tonight, but I just think the pursuit down the road needs to be both money and criminal.
Officials say the track was supposed to be completed by July. School board members made clear the company not only defrauded them, but also taxpayers. A new company has been selected to do the renovation. Florida Track and Turf will charge more than $314,000 to complete the project. During the meeting, school board members say they should not only seek civil action, but also criminal penalties.
I'm all for it because, like we've said, he defrauded everybody in this county, and including all of us sitting back here. And I think we just need to lay the hammer down.
Superintendent Carswell says the new company will begin renovations in November and the track will be completed by mid-December. Zitlali Solache, TV 20 News.